Sukhi Hotu Dhammaputris and Dhammaputras. Today I have another special greeting for you, and that is Subha Wesak. How do you say? Subha Wesak, which means may you have a meaningful and happy Wesak. It's a special day, therefore we have this special greeting today. I'm sure you did not wish each other Subha Wesak. So it's never too late. Wish whoever is near to you Subha Wesak on the right and on the left. And make this a practice. When you come to the Vihara on Wesak day, wish each other Subha Wesak. And that is our culture, that is our heritage, that has been practiced for many, many centuries, over 2,500 years ago. And we have to continue this. Today is a very special day for all of us because it is known to be the thrice sacred day, where on that full moon day in Wesak, the month which coincides with May in the modern calendar, the Buddha was born and he gained enlightenment and he passed away, Mahaparinibbana, on this full moon day. That is how we recognize Wesak as the thrice sacred day in the Buddhist calendar. But today, I want to share with you some thoughts, and I want you to think with me and try and concentrate beyond this aspect, beyond this significance of the birth, enlightenment, and Mahaparinibbana of the Buddha. To us, Wesak is not just an event of three important incidents in the life of the Buddha. It means much more than that. It is much more encompassing. And we need to reflect. We need to contemplate. This is the day when we think, what is it that Wesak holds significant to us as Dhammaputris and Dhammaputras? How do we relate ourselves to this important day? It is much more deeper in terms of the actual reflections that we get from contemplating on Wesak. When we reflect on Wesak, we bring to mind, we recall all the wonderful things that our heritage, our civilization, our culture holds. And the first unique thing that comes to mind when we reflect on Wesak is the fact that this is a universal celebration. It is a universal celebration. It is a celebration that has cut across a lot of countries all over the world, not just in Subang Jaya, but all over the world. Over 500 million people are with you celebrating this important day. You are not alone, as Michael Jackson's song says. You are not alone. You have so many Dhammaputras and Dhammaputris all over the world celebrating with you. And in many of the countries, you will find that there are more and more people embracing the teachings of the Buddha, because we have made it possible for them to read about the Buddha Dhamma. Hitherto, in the past, they never had books, they never had information or no knowledge of the Buddha Dhamma. But today, with internet, with our publications, and this Vihara, the Subang Jaya Buddhist Society, has been very active promoting the Buddha Dhamma, not just in Klang Valley, but across the country and also overseas. So in our little way, we have been helping to promote the understanding and the practice and the practical application of the noble teachings of the Buddha to many parts of the world. And we have many activities to enable our younger generation as well as our older generation to practice and gain and benefit from a deeper understanding of the Buddha Dhamma. I want you to feel unique as Dhammaputris and Dhammaputras because we have been celebrating Wesak in a very unique way. We don't celebrate Wesak by whining and dining and making merry and yamsing and getting drunk and, celebrating in that kind of way. We celebrate Wesak in a very sublime way, in a very compassionate way, because this is the teachings of the Buddha. We celebrate Wesak in the traditional Buddhist countries. They give a lot of alms, a lot of dana, a lot of charity. They show compassion in so many ways. Even in Malaysia, we had practices of releasing birds who are in captivity. We have stopped that because, unfortunately, a lot of people have been exploiting, recatching these birds all over again. Because they have been in captivity for a long time, they are not able to fly. And so we stopped it. But still, we do a lot of other practices. In many countries, for example, they go and release a cow or a lamb which is going to be butchered, slaughtered on that particular day to give life. And they hold dansal. Dansal is open house in the streets, in the villages, all nooks and corners for the whole of the public. Anybody can come and have something to eat. And devotees take a special interest, many devotees take a special interest to take 8 precepts on that day. Not only they rededicate themselves with the 5 precepts to be good lay Buddhists, but they want to do 8 precepts. So in all of these Buddhist countries, you find the celebration to be very meaningful, very purposeful. And in that sense, we are very unique. The reason is because we have been given, we have inherited this culture of Brahma Vihara. Brahma Vihara is a sublime mental state where you bring to mind, you bring to focus your metta, your karuna, your mudita, and your upeka. The minute you have these mental states of karuna, of mudita, of upeka, and metta, then you feel automatically your body is able to allow biochemicals to come out from your body automatically. This is not something that needs to be triggered off. Automatically, the minute you have this sense of Brahma Vihara, biochemicals, endorphins, positive biochemicals come out from your body. And you are cleansed. You are cleansed. You get a free tonic. Your body is in a very good state. And we all know now from modern science and from modern medical research that your body and your mind must coexist. You need to have a healthy body and you need to have a healthy mind. So by coming to the Vihara on Wesak Day, automatically you get this tonic free of charge as you sit down with the other Dhammaputris and Dhammaputras. You are able to imbue this tonic. So whatever we do in terms of our activities on Wesak Day, you are going to be benefiting directly from it. That much you must understand, that much you must reflect on. You are not doing things just because the president has set a program or the monk has told you to do this and do that, but because whatever you do, you are going to benefit. And that is what we have been given in terms of our culture and our practice. Now, apart from that uniqueness in celebrating Wesak, quite different from how other people celebrate their important days by Instead of saving lives, they even slaughter more lives. We don't do those things. Apart from that, we need to understand and we need to reflect on a very important aspect of our teacher, the Buddha. We need to try and focus our mind regarding this personality. Is he real or is he mystical? He is not mystical. He is a very real personage. There are records in history and there are places in India where you find evidence, archaeological evidence of a real person, a historical figure named Prince Siddhartha, who was born in Lumbini. He lived in his palace in Kapilavastu, and he grew up as a prince. It is not mystical. It is a real historical figure. That is important. And there are monuments of his enlightenment and all his important events, happenings throughout his life are all there. Those who have gone on pilgrimage, and I recommend this very much, if you have a chance in your lifetime, please make a pilgrimage to these holy places. You get inspired. You feel, you imagine that there is this Buddha who was there, and you are walking in the footsteps of the Buddha, and you come charged with great deal of confidence, great deal of faith and belief in the historical Buddha. So here we need to reflect on this important fact that we are talking of a real historical person. And what about his birth? We celebrate his birth on Wesak Day, but what about his birth? What is special about his birth? Anything special about his birth? Anything special about his birth? Where was he born? Eddie, where was he born? In Lumbini. And what is Lumbini? What is Lumbini? Lumbini is a fabulous place. It is a park. It is a royal garden. Our Siddhartha, our Prince Siddhartha was born in a paradise-like garden. And that's great significance. It was not in some isolated, unknown place, but in a paradise-like garden in early spring, where the flowers were in full blossom, in all kinds of colors, dahlias, roses, carnations, you name it. Beautiful. And there were birds and deers and all kinds of insects in harmony, singing in melody, welcoming the birth of the Buddha. How beautiful, how wonderful a birth that is. And it is wonderful and beautiful not only in terms of the scenery, but it is also wonderful and beautiful in terms of the problem that we are facing today. Today we are faced with problems of ecology, of environmental degradation, of climate change, and all kinds of problems of ozone layer and cancer and what have you. But here is the Buddha, little Buddha, a baby Buddha born in nature's beauty. And from the very day he was born, right up to the day he passed from this world, his Mahaparinibbana, he was close to nature. He was close to nature. He never left nature. He loved nature. He loved animals. He loved plants. He spent a lot of time